You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
Look, no, you can't hide around. Yeah, everything I said, messing with your head, messing with your head. I said everything I said, messing with your head, messing with your head, oh, messing with your head, oh.
Yeah, this one's who's this? We got Skepta, we got Octavian on this one. It's Papi Chulo. Octavian featuring Skepta, that's the right order. New shit just dropped, let's go.
Met this pretty thing, nice to meet you, mucho gusto. Sweeter than a churro, she call me Papi Chulo. Yeah, I'm single, baby girl, but how about you though? Tryna make you my number one, tryna make you my numero uno. Sweet, 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 sweet. She's sexy, I'm in love with her brain. Man, she's stuck on my mind. She only speaks when she has an epiphany. Kinda girl you wanna fuck all the time. Ride me like I'm genuine. I suck on her nipple, she's sucking on mine. She told me hit it from behind. I stroke it, I pull out, I come on her spine. I think that I found me a keeper. 4 or 5 on mamacita. Let's do it like Mickey and Mallory. Get you some ice to go with your tequila. I just bought a Rolex, broke it in half, cause this one's a creeper. We're sipping liquor by the litre. Pussy so good it put me in a sleeper.
When I look left in the morning, there's a bitch who's tryna stay. Who are you? Did we smash or not, man? I don't recognize her face. Who are you? I don't need your talking or your weed, you're tryna blaze. No. Me and Skep linked up and now we're dancing in the rain. Sweet, 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 nice. Sweet, 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 sweet. Came out of the car and your bitch said hola. I'm smoking cigars and I'm drinking Coronas. And I met this bitch who was dressed up in rosa. I tell her conmigo, you're very hermosa. Tengo dinero, forget your man. Got my side step, man, I look at my dance. Stop tequila, man, I'm dropping my bands. Take the weed off me, man, I'm dropping my bands. That bitch is way too fire. Where the hell did I find her? Man, it's hard to describe her. Other bitches don't like her. It's cause you're getting all the designer. It's a minor. Your other man, he's tired. Fuck him and then climb up. Dancing. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Make me dancing. My money dancing. Make me dancing.
Earl on the beat, Earl on the beat, Earl on the beat.
I ain't mad at him, baby.
Yo, new one from Yachty. Featuring the baby
in the rough, you look as good as Oprah's back
and Drake.
I just wanna take you out, fuck you in your mama house. Overseas, I fly you out. Is he tricking? Do she really love me? Let's just find it out. Baby, what's up with your mouth? City girl straight from the south.
Back home, I'm no president, I'm Obama. Ay. I condone the drama. Ay. I tongue down Madonna. Do you need pajamas? Yeah. Stay in the night, girl, you promised it. I hide in the cave like Osama did. I'm blowing the bag in the diamond district. You need me like dollars that are owed to you. Yeah, money and me are the same, but I just don't fall for you. Yeah, run me your body, I put a range on the road for you. I don't know what you were told, but I ain't mad at you, baby.
If I sent you out, me too would be upon you crazy. Diamond in the rough, you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I just wanna take you out, fuck you in your mama house. Overseas, I fly you out. Is he tricking? Do she really love me? Let's just find it out. Baby, what's up with your mouth? City girl straight from the south. Is they mad that you fuck with me? Is they mad that you ride around in a Bentley? Is they mad that you not with them? Same hoes hating being my DM. Locking it down, locking it down, locking it down. I want you. I want them to know you're my baby boy. We still make it lit when ain't nothing to do. Every time we step out, niggas look at you. No, 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 no. I ain't mad at him, baby. If I sent you out, me too would be a boy, you crazy. Diamond in the rough, you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I just wanna take you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I just wanna take you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I just wanna take you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I ain't mad at him, baby.
My bitch pull up looking like Oprah Bank. Let's go. Take a pic with a bitch and she faint. She look like a goddess, but she ain't no saint. My bitch bout it, she need her a tank. You know ain't no limit on blue honey. My bitch like a big bag of money, that's new money. You gon' make the bitch think that you love fuck. Hold her hand right in front, you be too public. Take the little nigga, bitch, he ain't do nothing. Now this bitch going baby on baby. Let's go. She want me to stay, stay. And I hope that these niggas don't play, ain't play. Let's go. Yo, bitch looking good as Oprah bank account. I'm the type to take a nigga hoe from him and take her out. Keep the butt, I take the mouth.
I ain't mad at him, baby.
Let's go.
If I sent you out, me too would be a boy, you crazy.
Let's go.
Diamond in the rough, you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I just wanna take you out, fuck you in your mama house. Overseas, I fly you out. Is he tricking? Do she really love me? Let's just find it out. Baby, what's up with your mouth? City girl straight from the south. I just wanna take you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I just wanna take you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I just wanna take you look as good as Oprah's bank account. I ain't mad at him, baby.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options, I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing, I'ma spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. Told Pooh he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the Ville and I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo's. Me and my amigos got that free smoke on the West Coast. Yeah, I'm talking about pre-rolls. Dark hair bitch and she look like she go. She do. Hometown hero, feeling myself, can't murder my ego. She heard of my deep stroke, she said, babe, does it hurt when I deep throat? Certified freak hoe, hang around dust and she learning my lingo. Back then, wasn't worried about me though. In the gym, trying to work on my free throw. Goddamn, spending money at the club like Sam's. Yes, ma'am. She a little freak on cam, but she don't put this on the ground. Little boys tryna diss on the ground. Hey, I can't switch on the fan. Shit's hot, hit the switch on the fan. This where my head is. I feel resentment from every direction. Even some homies be wearing expressions. I be discouraged from sharing my blessings. We used to share a connection. Now it just feels like it's wearing and stretching. I'm getting real sick of taking advice from people that never could stare at reflections. Somewhere in there is a lesson. Y'all ain't involved and it's very depressing. I'm at the club with the basketball team. Me and the Cardinals are sharing the section. Gotta cherish the present. I'm drinking water and wearing protection. Got a career and I'm very invested. Some people call it a scary obsession. I like to call it a passion. I can be sitting relaxing. PG, we getting some traction. I'm at the venue, it's packed in. I'm digging her accent. I got a BB Simon belt on me and she tryna get it unfastened. That's my type of distraction. That's my type of she Latin. Got my own flow and I'm about to get a patent. Brand new sheets for the bed, they satin. Y'all wasn't tuned in back then. My swag, they keep jacking. I ain't doing no verse, quit asking. What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options, I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing, I'ma spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
Yo, so if you just tuned in, this is the Drops of Tabasco radio show with Paolo. We've got Jackie Alecho in the building. We're going to be talking to her on the hour. Got 40 minutes left of the first half of the show, then we're going to get to the breaks. This one's Sir with Hair Down, OJ edit. I'm making bare mistakes today, I don't know what's going on. We move.
I'm just trying to let my
somebody live cause the mountain is hot. You forgot what you got. Hold up, doses. I recommend I'm on with a toasters. I recommend a beer for the juices. I recommend you live with a doofus. Recommend the views and affinity foods you're checking out. Once I sweat till edges up. Head down like vanity. I got the fuck ups, I got the damage fees, I got the low dust. I got the anesthesia when your toes up. This in a fantasy, we about to go up. She got the hand of me, never got no luck. But understanding me, never can mold us. Baby, I'm just trying to let my head down. Baby, I'm just trying to let my head down. Everybody's watching, I'm a winner. I'm just trying to reach the night to get down. Baby, I'm just trying to let my
Yo, so we just had first half of the show was new releases. Ain't got into my hip hop bag for a minute, so now we're gonna get into the rotation. This one's Pamala. Yeah.
A entregarse la rarira. Entonces el marido le dijo, oye, ¿por qué tú te tienes la rarira? Y ella le dijo, coño, tengo que entregármelo porque es que me comen. En mañana. En mañana. En mañana.
You running around drinking liquor, taking pictures cause you miss me. I know you miss me. You running around drinking liquor, fucking niggas cause you miss me. You just want attention. You can sleep with half the world, bet you still won't forget me. Oh God. You can fall in love, get married, have kids, I still be the realest nigga hit it. I was getting some head early and then you crossed my mind. I'm as solid as they come, but you crossed the line. Yeah, you been start keeping it real, I can see the sign. When it came to having your back, I'm so real, probably would've gave my spine. I'd rather have loyalty than love, cause love really don't mean jack. See, love is just a feeling, you can love somebody, still stab them in their back. It don't take much to love, you can love somebody just by being attached. See, loyalty is an action, you can love and hate me and still have my back. I gave you my all. You was my dog. I would've went to war the world on your car. Thought you had my back. You let me fall. You heal my pain. Then you caused it. Now I got a ball without you. Now I got a ball. Now I got a ball without you. Now I got a ball. Now I got a ball without you. Now I got a ball. Now I got a ball. Now I got a ball without you. Now I got a ball. Cross me once, it's fuck you forever. Middle, heart broke, stop writing love letters. Heart, so cold, had to buy the Montclair sweater. Valentine, ripped the card and urinated on the rose petals.
I'm in airplane mode, I don't need no drama. Everybody know I ain't about that drama, oh yeah. Oh, look at what a star started. I'ma tell you right now, I plan on chillin' so hard right now. Ain't taking no calls right now. I'm kicking back and I'm lighting up, doing what the fuck I want. Just roll the wood, I'm feeling good. Just me, myself, and this blunt. Everything I do is way up, man. If anybody good, I swear it's us, man. I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm good. Everything good over here, yeah. Everybody know I ain't about that drama. Everything good over here, yeah. Everybody know I ain't about that drama, oh yeah. Oh, look what it started. I'ma tell you right now, I plan on chillin' so hard right now. Ain't taking no calls right now. I'm kicking back and I'm lighting up, doing what the fuck I want. Just roll the wood, I'm feeling good. Just me, myself, and this blunt. Everything I do is way up, man. If anybody good, I swear it's us, man. I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm kicking back and I'm vibing, I'm chillin', I'm good. I'm kicking back.
For me, girl, know I belong to you. There ain't nobody else in my world. Nobody. In life, I only see me and you, and I will not run away from you. In life, I only see me and you, and I will not run away from you. You know I belong to you. There ain't nobody else for me, girl. You know I belong to you. There ain't nobody else in my world. Nobody. In life, I only see me and you, and I will not run away from you. In life, I only see me and you, and I will not run away from you. Will not run away.
Baby, you know I fell in love with your girl. You know you wanna share my world. I got you, where I want you, girl. Take you far away to a different world. Baby, you know I fell in love with your girl. You know you wanna share my world. I got you, where I want you, girl. Take you far away to a different world, baby. I fell in love with you, baby. You know you're the one make me crazy. I fell in love with you, baby. You know you're the one make me crazy. I fell in love with you, baby. You know you're the one make me crazy. I fell in love with you, baby. You know you're the one make me crazy.
Will not run away.
Easily still my favourite song. Vor with Columbia. Absolute madness. You gotta catch your vibration when this one plays, I'm telling you.
Já te avisei que eu mato aula sem problema. E hoje à noite eu quero contigo. Eu vou pro baile da Colômbia, porque eu quero ousadia. Lá começa de noite e só termina de dia. Eu vou pro baile da Colômbia, porque eu quero ousadia. Lá começa de noite e só termina de dia.
Yo, this one's Piers James with Pon Dem.
I was on a vibe when I run up on them. Me see all my people, me say come then. Tell all your brethren and tell them bring a friend. Let's run up and jam till the sun out again. I was on a vibe when I run up on them. Me see all my people, me say come then. Tell all your brethren and tell them bring a friend. Let's run up and jam till the sun out again. We getting late in the summertime. More blessing, more of these nights. Vibes into the sunrise. I must be doing something right, cause we were getting lit in the summertime. More blessing, more of these nights. Vibes into the sunrise. I must be doing something right, cause we set pace, so we have a set trend. We not beg, not borrow, no lend. Link up with the brothers from where? Catch a vibe, patch a ting, have a bear, have a drink. We always good vibes when you're with the family. It's a new wave with new melodies. It's a new day, so new memories. So you know we had to celebrate like this. The universe keep giving me all these blessings. All these blessings, yeah. But when you put in word for it, babe, who knew that we could be living life this free? I was on a vibe when I run up on them. Me see all my people, me say come then. Tell all your brethren and tell them bring a friend. Let's run up and jam till the sun out again. I was on a vibe when I run up on them. Me see all my people, me say come then. Tell all your brethren and tell them bring a friend. Let's run up and jam till the sun out again. You again, you again, you again, you again.
Hello, motherfucker, what you know about me? Yeah. How they do, nigga? Ooh, what you know about me? Give a fuck what you heard, what you know about me. Yeah. Hold up. Yo, bitch look good, what she know about me? Okay, is she ready? I'm a scooper. You ain't know I used to drive the Uber. Rockin' 99 at the hit my mama up, I said it's lit for sure. For sure. Yeah. These bitches hit me up and they get ignored. Oh man, they really can't flex on me no more. Really can't flex on me no more. Cause I was playing games with you. But now it's over. Pull up and I drain on you. Yeah, it's over. You know that it ain't no shit. It's so over. Watch out for it rain on you, girl. It's over. Yeah. Top of the morning to you. Tell me you're coming through, yeah. Say no later than sooner. All I want to do is do ya. Body niggas won't play like they know about me. Get that up on my space, you can know about me. Baby girl, say my name like she know about me. She got my number and you found on me, you know about me. Ooh, she think that I'm that somebody. No, okay, no, girl, that's not me. Love is just a silly game for two. Now go ahead and play without me. Ooh, treat me just like anybody. Bitch, I'm Toby Lou, but to you that's Mr. Adiami. Okay, one day maybe, baby, probably. Fat chance, somehow, sabi. Yeah. Cause you already got me, that's for sure. For sure, yeah. But you can't flex on me no more. Good Lord, good Lord. It feels so good I had to let you know that I was playing games with you. But now it's over. Pull up and I train on you. Yeah, it's over. You know that it ain't no shit. It's over. Watch out for it rain on you, girl. It's over.
Yeah, this one's Anati with Vuka. And after this, we're about to go to Africa. Yeah.
Waka no rest you. Waiting man go do. Money go
day for madam to cook up bono. Waiting mango do. Your picking self, you guys go school. Waiting mango do. When money come, me go, yeah. Waiting mango do. 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 Waiting mango do.
I beg you, baby, kick it to the left now. If you wanna eat it, no pressure. I only do range, no Tesla. Balmain, drippin' umbrella. I'm tryna love you like a gangster. Baby, would you answer? I give you love, make I give it to you faster. Cause you fucking with a gangster. All my days, I'm tryna give it to you, come my way. You know I'm a bad girl, I show you my ways. Send a location, I put it in ways. Forever, forever. I want you, my jello. I'm like, hey, you know. Hey, you looking kinda nice, you know. Got me feeling your vibe, you know. Baby, don't be shy, you know, yeah. You know, I'm like, hey, you know. Hey, you looking kinda nice, you know. Got me feeling your vibe, you know. Baby, don't be shy, you know, yeah. You know, yeah. I beg you, baby, kick it to the left now. If you wanna eat it, no pressure. I only do range, don't Tesla. Balmain, drippin' umbrella. I'm tryna love you like a gangster. Baby, would you answer? I give you love, make I give it to you faster. Cause you fucking with a gangster. Gangster, 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 gangster. I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs. Oh, you got a thing for me. Tryna give her the thing for me. Now she's stuck in my socials, tryna get into my mind. You should know better, but you a go-getter. We're just young and reckless. How she holding on to my necklace, yeah, yeah. I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs. I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs.
Now to the money, craving your loving. I wanna know, are you gonna be my ride or die? Yeah, say why you playing both sides? Yeah, she a prima donna, love with the commas. She no wanna love her, she no care about star signs. She only care about dollar signs. Calling on you, that girl with the biggest something. Say baby, girl, give me something. Calling on you. Anytime the music band, you know say it's a soccer song. Feedback, feedback. Feeling you wanna that get sparky. And chica with the darky. My goons got back that get sparky. And chica with the RP. No sit back up by that parsley. And chica with the RP. My goons got back that get sparky. World trees in the garden, she want beef. I'm starving, alone tease. Like Marvin, don't breathe. I'm a liar, I'm a liar. I'm a liar, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. I'm a liar, I'm a liar. I'm a liar, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. Feeling you wanna that get sparky. And chica with the darky. My goons got back that get sparky. And chica with the RP. No sit back up by that parsley. And chica with the RP. My goons got back that get sparky. Okay, now hula hoop. But I feel like I'm in feel like a hula hoop. Never seen a bula move. Says a pocket rider. She a fuck around and never hit it. Now she bulletproof. Fire been a cooler move. Yeah, Roxy and I fit to call my phone and on my cellular. Katiana says she need me every day. I fit tired. Jones so cool. Now we smoking all the ups in the aya. Now we smoking in aya. Now we smoking in aya. Trees in the garden, she want I'm kidding, my, oh 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 my. Can it why, oh why, oh why, oh why, why, oh why, oh why, oh why? Sometimes I think about you when I'm saucing. Sometimes I think about you, then I cry. Sometimes I think about you, that's an often. Sometimes I think about you when I lied. Sometimes I think about you when I'm saucing. Sometimes I think about you when I'm high. Sometimes I think about you, that's an often. Sometimes I think about you, then I lie.
Yo, this one's Fireboy with Jealous. We've got about 10 minutes till the breaks. Then we're going to get into a conversation with Jackie Alecho. Stay tuned for that, don't go nowhere. If you go anywhere, I'm going to tell your father you're a foolish somebody.
I'm getting addicted, oh babe. I'm getting addicted, oh no. I'm getting addicted to you. Said I'm getting addicted, oh no. I'm getting addicted, oh babe. I'm getting addicted, oh no. I'm getting addicted to you. What have you done to me? Nah, baby, you got me chasing after you. What have you done to me, oh? Got me chasing after you. What have you done to me, yeah? You got me chasing after you. What have you done to me, oh? Got me chasing after you.
Charge my energy, I no get time for no enemy. To repay to me. Nothing with person never see. I'm on nothing with person never see. Forget it, I say bashi. Money soon expected. Take our body agent. I take her to the person. Je. I'm in the answer, yes sir. Then I'm in the answer, yes sir. Respect reciprocal. Even though una know say I special. Anybody, when no one to search it. Anybody, when no the carry body. I can't something, I can't something. Go back to fele, I can't something. You want your bed, you never walk. Should not because myself, I never talk. I look you, they laugh, you go. I shall no say the time go come, mama, I no say the time go come. When you look go fit the line, oh, mama, life not on python. Whether you like or not, go back to me, you best get it go pass. So yeah, keep me jack on bow. Anybody, when no one to search it. Anybody, when no the carry body. I can't something, I can't something. Go back to fele, I can't something. Money soon expected. Take our body, I jump. I take a good person. Je. I'm in the answer, yes, sir. Nana, me, the answer, yes, sir. Respect is reciprocal. Even though una know say I special. Anybody, when no one to search it. Anybody, when not the carry body. I can't something, I can't something. Go back to fele, I can't something.
Trap in a bando. Too much cake for your back. Somebody ring alarm. Somebody call police. Oh, hey. Trap in a bando. Too much cake for your back. Somebody ring alarm. Somebody call police. You give me that feeling. This your back, I go kill me. Yeah. So girl, you got me falling. I can hear your body calling. You know I'm tryna bag it. Your body be the baddest. Yeah. Trap in a bando. Too much cake for your back. Somebody ring alarm. Somebody call police. Oh, yeah. Trap in a bando. Too much cake for your back. Somebody ring alarm. Somebody call police. Oh, sex yeah. On the roof, there's a cherry on top. Drink up your love to the very last drop. Anything you like. Giving me a sugar rush tonight. Girl, I want you naked, pillow talking diamond chaining. Cause you such a fucking lady. I like it. So girl, you got me falling. I can hear your body calling. You know I'm tryna bag it. Your body be the baddest. Yeah. Trap in a bando. Too much cake for your back. Somebody ring alarm. Somebody call police. Oh, yeah. Trap in a bando. Too much cake for your back. Somebody ring alarm. Somebody call police. Oh, yeah. Too much cake for your back. Somebody call police.
Love is the guy that thinks he's fine. Also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants to just sit on his gas. No, I don't want your number, no. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is the guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I
they pray for blessing, for better living.
Last one before we hit the breaks. Classic.
This thing got me thanking God for life. I can't explain. I can't explain.
Are you feeling good tonight? This thing got me thanking God for life. I just can't explain. I can't explain, no.
Yeah, look, it's gonna be a long, long time before we stop. Boy, they better know who made the scene pop. All I ever needed was a chance to get the team hot. Only thing I fear is a headshot or a screenshot. Pre-me, them a pre-me. You know they only call me when they need me. I never go anywhere, they never see me. I'm the type to take it easy. I took girls in the very first text I sent. I don't beg no lovers, I don't beg no friends. If you wanna link, we can link right now. Skeppy with some Drake, it's a ting right now. Are you feeling good tonight? Yeah.
This thing got me thanking God for life. I can't explain. I can't explain.
When I was in school, being African was a diss. Sounds like you need help saying my surname, miss. Try to communicate, but every day is like another episode of Everybody Hates Chris. Ever since mum said, son, you are a king, I feel like Floyd when I'm stepping into the ring. Just spoke to the boy, said he's flying in with a ting. We're touching the road to celebrate another win. We're going in. Why am I repping these ends, man? I don't know. The government played roulette.
You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
You're listening to iLive Radio.
This is Lisa Banton, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
Hey, this is music producer Reggie Marks, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way that you listen to radio.
This is Miracle Thomas, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
Yo, we're back from the breaks. We've got Jackie Alecho in the building. We're about to get into it.
Leaving me, dipping out on me already. Got what you needed, I guess, quickly. Learned yourself through me already. Gave you what you needed, I guess, yeah. So I'm not with nobody, cause I don't wanna hurt nobody. Get it over, text it and call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yeah. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say. I wanna be around while you chase. You wanna hit me up when you make it. You'll try and come back when you're famous. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not basic. You wanna get with me, stop. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say. I wanna be around while you're chasing. You wanna hit me up when you make it. You'll try and come back when you're famous. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not basic. You wanna get with me, stop. Yeah. Y'all's on this side, y'all's over on this side. Hey, told me about all your insecurities for what? Dragged me like 2 hours to your family's house for what? Said you need some time, but I should stick around for it. Always felt like sticking around's the same as being stuck. They're like guns with the ink in, yeah, getting under my skin. Pretty little young thing, had a nigga convinced, got me too excited. Yeah, you played me. You play me, low down, dirty, shameful, crazy. I need to know how the new nigga you got does the same thing I do for a living, but it's way less wavy. How you even managing to keep straight faces and all the pictures that I've seen lately? Lord knows you still look amazing. That's besides the point I'm making. You're way too opinionated, I have to force it, I have to fake it. You have potential, I could've shaped it. You went and caved in, we could've waited. I wasn't rushing, difference in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby. You've shared stories when you did amazing. Things to be loyal, things to be patient. That was before me, I must have changed it. Shifted your focus, lens looking jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say. I wanna be around when you chase it. You wanna hit me up when you make it. You'll try and come back when you're famous.
Yo, yo, yo. So we're back. It's the Drops of Tabasco radio show with Paolo.
Hey.
We've got Jackie Alecho in the building. What's happening, Jackie? Come closer to the mic a little bit. Yeah, just like that. How you doing, love? You alright?
I'm okay, thank you.
Everything blessed?
Everything's good.
How's your weekend been?
It's alright, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, just slept most of the time.
Hey.
Okay. You slept most of the time. You had a chilled one, yeah? I hear that still.
Hey.
Yeah, we're just checking the levels right now. We're just going to make sure we get them right before we get into it.
Okay.
How's your day been today?
Not bad. Just slept.
Yeah.
Ain't done much, but slept.
Yeah. It's important, man. Sometimes you gotta get rest. Rest is essential.
You gotta recover.
Yeah, you have to.
Especially what it's looking like now. Probably get more sleep anyway, but probably get more sleep when they send me home.
Yeah.
Start coughing at work.
For real, yeah. Maybe just start. Literally, just start coughing at work, just so that we can get more time at home. That's the finesse right there.
Try that like Monday afternoon.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just not gonna come in. Like I'm just not even gonna bother doing all of that. Yeah, man. So you had So for those who don't know, Jackie is the author of On the Other Side, which is a collection of poems and monologues close to Jackie's heart. When I was reading this, I was just thinking, wow, this is so personal, man. It must have taken a lot of courage, bravery, boldness to even put that out to the world, you know?
Yeah, 100%. So it was like collecting most of the experiences that I've experienced over the last, I guess, I'd say about 20 years, and then just opening my heart out so that people don't feel like they're the only ones who go through stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I putting it together, it wasn't hard.
Right.
But reading it back, you have to read it back and remember all of those moments.
You get into the feels, don't you? Yeah.
So,
you know,
I think that was the hard part. Not so much the writing.
It's like revisiting scars.
Yeah.
And going over them.
Yeah. But obviously the reason why I wrote it is because those scars have healed. But it's still like now I'm trying to record. And I have to record with the same passion that I wrote.
Yeah.
And it means I have to record that the same passion that I wrote is the same passion that when it happened.
Yeah.
So it's like just full circle. Yeah.
For real. So you're going to be recording all of the poetry, so you're going to be reciting them all then?
Yeah, so I think most of them will go into audio book. So that's what I'm currently doing now.
Sick.
Or trying to.
Sick. So it's like, I like that. So you've got like the continuation of the body of work.
Yeah. Because obviously some people don't like reading.
True. Those people, man, you guys need to step up, by the way.
Most people
if that's
don't like
you,
reading.
if that's you, you're missing out. Like, there's us who read over here. We're going to run rings around you.
It's true. So, like, I have to, like, appeal to other people who don't feel reading. But also, for people to hear exactly how the expression it is that I wrote, rather than... It's nice to read it and take your own interpretation from it and feel how you want to feel. But it's also nice for people to hear exactly how the author is giving the message.
Because you're conveying like energy in a different way.
Yeah,
it's more felt because you're the one speaking it.
Yeah. So it's like I obviously have the option to ask someone else to read it, but again it will still be their interpretation. So it's like coming from myself, the person who wrote it, and then you just hear every expression, every hurt, every mistake, every little bit of like laughs that are in between. Like, every emotion's gonna come from me. So
I feel that, man.
Yeah,
man. Speaking of mistakes, I feel like I resonate with it because I make a lot of mistakes with what I'm doing here, like literally. But I just realised that I just have to own it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just a mindset.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's no one who's perfect, and like I said at the end of the book, I don't know if you read the last, not the part about me, but the part where it was to myself. It's just like realizing that I'm gonna keep making mistakes. So this journey is never gonna stop, or it's not. Well, it's gonna stop when I'm finished in life. But I mean, like in general, you keep going through different kind of experiences, and you have to navigate them however you can. But you will make mistakes and you'll fall down. It's just how you get up and continue. So it's like I'm not faultless. So it's very clear. The mistakes I made as well, and the people that I've hurt as well in the process of me also hurting is in the book as well. So I
feel you, man. So we're gonna get into the book in a sec, but for those who are like aspiring authors or people who maybe have thought about maybe writing a book, tell us about the process of actually going from the beginning of writing just poems to turning it into a body of work that's now a book that you can now like purchase on Amazon. Like, tell us how did you go about all of that?
So first, like, you have to have the content. You just have to have as much content as possible. You have to have way more than what you expect to put out, and then you start filtering it through by yourself. That's the first process is the writing. Then you start to see what is good, what is not, what works, what doesn't, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and then you start doing the grammar and all of those kind of stuff. Editing, basically. So the editing process.
So you did everything by yourself?
Yeah. So everything by myself. So do the editing process. Then you start to figure out a sequence. So what is it that I'm trying to do in the first place? The body of work was just work. It wasn't. There was no purpose to put it in a book. It was just, this is what I do. I write in stress. I write in depression. I wrote in happiness. I wrote in angst. I wrote in just trying to get feelings out and stuff like that, because that's just how I found the way to
connect.
With myself. So it was never something. I'm also not a poet I'm not a performance poet. So I'm not I don't go into spoken word and do that kind of stuff. Everything is for page. I started with a blog where I was writing about like different stories that happened to me and kind of twisting it a little bit more creatively. So that's how I had so much work just kind of sitting there in my room on the computer and stuff like that. Then moving on to, actually I want to put this in something. I want to put this in a book. So finding the sequence, how it is that you want it to flow. That's
important.
That was very important. Then then you have to send it out to someone to edit for you,
right?
Because you can't just, the process can't be by yourself because you'll miss things, especially because it's your tone, it's what you've written, everything is quite close to you, but it has to translate to someone else. So then you pick someone, obviously you might pay someone or pick someone you trust or someone who's a literary agent, something like that, to reread your work, and then you have to find somebody else because one person's not enough. Then they mostly do like the grammar and stuff like that, spellings, and I'm terrible at spelling and grammar, so I'm a poet and not a story writer, because you don't really need to think of those devices so much in poetry. And in spelling, I think my mind just goes fast and the words come afterwards. Moving on to then deciding if I want to publish, self-publish, or if I want to publish with a publishing house. And there's like pros and cons for both. With a publishing house, you get they kind of do most of the work for you, right? But self-publishing, you have the freedom and the kind of feeling that you've done everything yourself. So at the end, when you have an end product, everything is you. There's no one who's put anything or taken anything away. You took everything away. You put everything in. So that was like, for me, just in general life, and even in the book, it says how much like I like to be free and be alone and be like just kind of taking care of myself and not worried about what everyone else thinks or what everyone else does. So I've always kind of been like individual. So I thought it was very important for me to kind of do this myself and put it out there myself without any kind of someone stamping on what it is my heart had decided to put out.
What's the difference between so in terms of like self-publishing or going with a publisher, how much more work did you have to do taking that route?
So self-publishing everything. So you have to edit, you have to find a copywriter, you have to find the person who's going to make the cover for you if you're not an artist or yourself.
Do you know what I love about that route? It's the route that it's more empowering, because the next person that's coming up, let's say you know someone who wants to write a book, you can literally help them with it.
Like from scratch, exactly.
And then the next thing you know, you can set up your own publishing company because you've done it.
100%.
And now you know how it works.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's just way more empowering.
So you just feel like a sense of like self-worth, you know, compared to like somebody else doing majority of the work for you. When you go to a publishing house, you have your manuscript, and they can strip it as much as they want.
For real?
They
can just do what they want.
Exactly.
With the actual content that you've put together.
So with your content, they can take whatever it is they want out, because they know what they want to sell.
Right.
So it's all about selling.
Right.
It's not really about anything else. But with yourself, if you're gonna self-publish and your mind is, I want money, then that's not the route for you to take. Maybe it is the route for you to go to a publishing house, but again, your work has to be up to scratch for a publishing house to want to take your work. There's many publishing houses. There's local ones, there's the UK ones, there's black-owned publishing houses now. So someone will accept your work, but there's a lot of no's along the way, especially if you want to go straight to like Penguin Books or something like that. There's going to be a lot of no's along the way. With yourself, you're the only one person who's going to give you no, really. So in that respect, but if you're there to put out a body of work that you're just proud of and you feel like you want it to be out there, and you obviously, everyone wants their work to do well, and you want to make that your passion, your full-time job, of course. But if that's solely what you want, then self-publishing is probably not the way, because it's a slow process. Everything now I have to do myself, all the marketing, all that kind of everything is my own job. Well,
it's definitely more valuable that way, man. More valuable. So when it comes to like your art, so you've written from like a happy place, you've written from a sad place. What do you think, maybe in your opinion, now this is different because every artist views their own art differently. Me personally, I do tend to like have favourites. of like the things I'm doing. Would you say like the art that you've created from a darker place is more engaging, more powerful than the stuff you've created from maybe a happy place, or vice versa?
Yeah, 100%. So when I've written from the darker places, the content is just way more beautiful. It just just flows way better. But that's where I started writing. So I never used to write about anything that was, I didn't like the chapter about love. That's new to me, to write about stuff like that. Like, that's not what I was writing about like 10, 12 years ago. So it's kind of my go-to, and I feel like I get words out much better. Like, there's more clarity in what I'm saying from the darker place than any other kind of moments that I'd be writing in. I also find it much easier anyway to write.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think there's more clarity? It's interesting that you find clarity through the darkness. That's really powerful.
I think because I haven't known anything different
for real
than that in most of the time that I've been alive. So I remember writing from a dark place at around year 4, which is like 9 years old. And that's crazy, because 9 years old, you shouldn't know that. It's not, those are concepts that you shouldn't understand. And I probably didn't. But I have the poetry to show me that that's what I was writing about. Then obviously moving into like secondary school, and secondary school is just hard for everyone anyway. But when you're going through different stuff, etc., and I was writing, that's what I know. The more happier pieces of poetry and the love pieces of poetry, that's like recent, maybe the last 2 years. I'm 29, so that's like at least a good 15, 16 years of not writing anything that's uplifting or happy or anything, any other emotion apart from sadness, really. So it's what I know. So the clarity would come out a little bit better.
I hear that. So talking about you recently did a book launch, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Tell us all about that. I saw all of that. I couldn't make it, but I wanted to be there. But I saw it on Insta, man. It looked fun though. It looked like lots of people came through. Everyone was supporting. It looked good, man. Tell us about that.
It was amazing because like I had a vision, and the vision was a white room, and that was it. Like, it's just like a white room because it's fresh. I also wanted to read one of my poems about light on, but I wanted it to start in darkness. But then when it come to the time, it was just like, this is logistically, it's just gonna be crazy. But I mean, everyone came to support me. There was people there that I didn't know. There was my friends, my family. Loads of people came to help. Like, I had one of my friends, a photographer, videographer. Someone made a balloon wall for me. It was just crazy. And like, I've always suffered like from being anxious in like settings like that. So where like it's kind of social gatherings, because I spend a lot of time just kind of being in my own thoughts and stuff like that. So it was I wanted to make sure that the launch was a place where people could come when they're by themselves, if they're by themselves, and still feel comfortable, because I know the feeling of not being comfortable when I'm at a gathering like that. And I know like the feeling of when you turn up alone, you don't know anyone. A lot of people know each other, etc. And then you're kind of just there awkwardly thinking, I just want to go. And I've been in a situation where I've just left. So I wanted to make sure that my book launch was like a setting where it was just so inclusive and so like warm, and the atmosphere was nice. So we had like many different kind of things going on. And yeah, it was just like the vibe was nice, like it was warm, like my hosts were amazing, the music was good, and then we had like Ugandan food for everyone to eat. For real. So yeah, so it was like just that sense of community. So anyone who came would have experienced what I went through, but also experienced where I come from, which is like very important to my parents, or to my mum and dad, and to my family. So it was like having a sense of community there, that you've joined me on this journey, but you've not just joined me on this journey of the book, you've joined me on this journey of life. And that from today onwards, you now, if you haven't had Ugandan food, you've had it. And if
I haven't had Ugandan food yet, you know.
Oh, so no, you should have came to the launch.
I know, I'm missing out, yo.
But yeah, so it was like all of that was like just the small details of how important it is to feel like you're part of something, or you're a part of some sort of community, or you're joining someone, or you're not alone. Even if you feel alone, you never really are. Never truly.
I feel you on that.
Alone.
For real.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to go into another song. Then when we come back, we're going to talk a bit more about the book. We're going to get into some of the chapters. And then we're going to have a little recital from Jackie as well.
Wicked.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Who did you think I was? I've been playing for keeps, 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 hey. Roller coaster, and we do it with ease. I've been playing for keeps, 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 hey. Roller coaster, and we do it with ease. Who did you think I was? Did you think I was down on my luck? Rum in my cup, loose. Feel counterfeit. What they loving? And I need a fix. Out in London. Who taught you how? Move it back like that. I'ma text you right back, yeah. I told you lean on me. I've been playing for keeps, 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 hey. Roller coaster, and we do it with ease. I've been playing for keeps, 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 hey. Roller coaster, and we do it with ease.
I was on one of the songs where like I recorded something that sounded like a phone call, but I was actually in the studio with them. It's been by far my most conscious year on this planet. I crossed over to this year with a certain stillness, knowing that whatever I wanted to happen would happen. A sense of dedication and the will to acquire knowledge befell, and I've carried it close to me. The persistent search for constant growth has opened my mind to the pure essence that I've become, that I've always been.
Yo, what's happening, everyone? So if you just joined, you're listening to the Drops of Tabasco radio show. We've got Jackie in the building. What's up, Jackie?
Hey.
So we've just been getting into a little conversation around the book that Jackie brought out recently. By the way, if no one's, where can they find the book? How can people buy the book? Let them know.
So you can type in On the Other Side in Amazon. My name is Jackie Alecho, so it should come up like maybe first 5 books or so. It's also now available on Waterstones on a pre-order. And if you just type it into if you type it into Google, it'll come up with a few other different bookstores that you can buy it from. But Amazon's like the quickest way of getting the book.
Sick. Make sure you go and support.
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you go get that book. So yeah, man. So how did we meet? Now we was talking on. I saw your bio. I was on like UK Gossip TV, and you must have said something funny.
Really?
Yeah, literally. And then I went to your bio, and then you were talking about what your trainer size was.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm a sneakerhead, so
yeah.
I was drawn to that. And by the way, just everyone, if you're passionate about something, put it in the bio, man. Just put it in there. You might meet people and talk to people, and who knows?
It's true. I've met so many people just through that, just via that.
Yeah.
Just like loads of people asking me, why do I have my size in my bio?
Yeah.
And then like, oh, it's like
because we were arguing over that, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were arguing over your shoe size.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that you can wear like children's sizes, and you were telling me you can't.
No, I can't. Because the trainers that I buy are not for children. Like they're just.
But your size is like a.
The size is a children's size.
Yeah, it's a children's size.
But like the trainers that I buy, like Yeezys,
yeah,
for instance,
yeah,
they're the same price as the men's size.
Yeah, no,
so
they're taking the piss.
Yeah, there's
they're
no difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't shop in JD Sports, so.
Oh, she's like that. She's an exclusive sneakerhead.
That was
putting me to shame right now. Like I gotta go dash my JD Sports trainers away. Like
you can. I just don't. Because I work in schools as well, so a lot of the kids will have the same trainers as me. They'll be like, Miss, I have those. Yeah.
I
gotta dash them now.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, no. can't be them. They're not on your level. You gotta level up to get to you.
These times these children don't work. How do you have the same trainers as me? So we can't run like that.
I'm not coming to your school because they're gonna shame me. Like we can't do that. So yeah, man. So all right. So let's get into the chapters of the book. So the first half of the book's like I'd say it's more the darker side, and then the second half is the lighter side in terms of like. First 2 chapters is depression and it's the journey. Then the next 2 is about happiness and love.
Yes.
I feel like that's a natural progression from dark to light, right?
Yes.
Now, in terms of like depression and things like that, everyone deals with it differently. How was you dealing with yours? Obviously, you've got poetry as an outlet. Very key thing to do, like in terms of like when trying to manage like dark feelings. There's got to be a way to express it. You have to find an outlet, right?
Yeah. So. The most important thing for me, I think, was making sure that you have people to speak to or finding people to speak to. I think like the moment you feel very down and despondent, the easiest thing to think is nobody understands me, I don't want to speak to no one, and then you start spiraling way further into what it is that the darkness is that you're feeling, because you feel like you have, and then you start really believing you have no one to talk to and no one understands and no one is there, and there's no feeling that's exclusive to anybody.
Would you find that if you spoke to someone about it, like who you're speaking to is so key, because they have to kind of be, firstly they have to be able to understand, I feel like, and I feel like they have to care, and if I feel like that person doesn't care or won't understand, I'm not going to reach out to them.
100%.
So that limits the amount of people that can even respond to these kind of situations.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I wasn't really keen on speaking to my family about it just because I know they don't understand.
Yeah,
and they don't really understand me as a person. Probably more so now, but at the time, no, they didn't. So that was very difficult. Like,
especially
just your
African
immediate
parents.
100%.
I don't think African parents understand mental health. It's just not for them, is it?
No, it's like this one doesn't exist here.
Just go and get a job, Joe. Stop talking nonsense to me.
It's like attention seeking, basically.
Yeah.
So that was a massive problem. Obviously, I had a therapist. I went to therapy, so I had an amazing therapist as well. Well, I had 4 therapists. One was a Jamaican lady, and she just didn't get it. Like we just didn't gel. And there's not that she wasn't professional or anything like that, because they all were. Yeah. But sometimes you just don't gel with people. Like you may have a personal trainer, and they're just not for you. So it's like it really depends on the person. But I had one of them. She was amazing, and she wasn't treating me like I was one of those. I was like one of the people that come in, you speak for 45 minutes and you leave, and then she has another one. It was like those 45 minutes were yours, yes, but it wasn't like this is the 45 minutes you get and that's it. It didn't feel like that. It felt like she was there specifically for you, and that's the most. If you feel like if you have someone, or you can find someone, if it isn't someone you're close with, there's so many people out there. There's like phone numbers that you can call. Therapy is, you can pay for therapy or you can get free therapy. There's, so
I'm imagining you probably didn't do therapy from when you were young, because you were saying you were experiencing like this.
No. So I started therapy around 18 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that what I was feeling was anything out of the norm, because you just feel it, right? When you feel it, you just think it's just what you feel.
Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking, oh, I have depression, or I have this, or I have that, or anything like that. It was more so my dad, he went to the doctors to speak to the doctor and say there's something wrong with my daughter, and I just don't know how to help. So the doctor called me, and I went to the doctor, and I was like, why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? I should be calling you, kind of thing. And then he just told me that my dad's worried that he's losing me and he doesn't know what to do. So how is it that we're gonna move forward?
Yeah. What did your dad see from you to make him take those actions? What was he concerned about?
I think it was probably I started to speak less, and just communicate way less than what I used to be when I was a teenager, I was quite bubbly, and I used to speak a lot and talk a lot, come home and kind of be downstairs and around everyone, and it started getting to a point where I just didn't want to speak at all. So I would just kind of come home from university and just go in my room every day. And then I quit university, and I was lying about it for a year, saying that I was going, and I wasn't. So I just used to go out for the day.
I'm guessing that's because, like, it's just like, you know, when you tell like parents like it's just extra hassle, isn't it? It's
and
like they're just
100%, and like everyone in my family has a master's,
so
that
extra pressure
was
as
not
well.
so just wasn't easy at all. And I'm dealing with my mind and like ready to die, and I'm just you can't die because you just can't. And it was just crazy. So I was like lying, which was causing way more pressure than what originally intended. So having to answer the question, how is university when you know you're not going, was just worse. So I would just literally come home and go to my room, come home, go to my room, come home, go to my room. And when they asked the question, of course I'd lie, but you know, you feel bad about it and stuff like that. So I think that was causing me to get worse in terms of not speaking. So then it's like now questions are being asked to me and I just wasn't talking at all. So I think that's what his problem was. That's how he gauged that there's something wrong. And when someone doesn't communicate with you, what can you do? There's nothing that you can't force them. So even now when I try and speak to people like, I can't force anyone to open up themselves. You have to be ready. It starts with you. Number one.
What would you say was like what would you say were like the key things in terms of like coming out of a dark place? Would you say you had like, were there like moments, were there milestones, were there like times where you just thought things are getting better now, you know?
I think there's no like cure or anything like that. Sometimes I still have these moments, or like large moments of like feeling down, feeling like like things just are not going well, etc., like everybody else. But I think the things that I decided was, one, from therapy, was I realized that nobody can help me through this apart from myself. Going to different therapists and you're thinking, I still have depression, like this is crazy. So it's like that realization where, okay, are you going to be 30? Are you going to be 40? Are you going to be 50? And every single day wishing yourself dead. It's crazy to me. Like the concept to me started becoming crazy. Like I'm mad that every day is this how I'm going to wake up thinking like this. So it was like, you got to help yourself now, because no one else has the ability to help you the way you can. And then I think like learning confidence as well, because that was a thing that I lacked massively. So learning or pretending that I had confidence, because that's what I did first. Pretending that like fake it till you make it. That's exactly what I was doing until I believed it. And now I believe it. I'm taking it on to different levels of cockiness and stuff like that.
Because I met you at this level. So when because I didn't even know what your book was about when I bought it, and when I opened it, I was actually quite shocked. I was like, "Rah, really? Like you're saying you were ugly and you had an issue with like the way you looked and confidence," and I'm like, "Rah, you've come a long way." Because the version of you that I'm seeing is not that whatsoever, to the point where I was actually shocked.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I didn't know." Like I didn't know
you look so like you've got like, you glow, like you're bubbly, you've got a beautiful smile, like it's hard to even believe this book. I'm like, are you lying to me?
But see, I think that's the good, like that's the beauty of it as well, is that you don't really know what people go through.
Never know. Literally never know how anyone's feeling at any time.
And at the whole time that this was happening, like I had a mask on the whole time as well. People that were close to me didn't know that stuff was going on. My family didn't know that I was being bullied or being punched in the back every day. They didn't know that. Those kind of stuff, like I would cry alone and then that was it. So everybody goes through something. So it's just kind of like that. Everyone sees me as this confident, arrogant, sometimes person, but beneath it all, that wasn't how it started, and I had to get to that point through something, through the kind of, I'd say, dirt, before I could get to being diamond.
That's beautiful. Yeah, man. It was a diamond in the rough, now you're just a diamond. Cool. So then, so from the then we're going on to like the love and happiness section.
Yes.
You said something really interesting. Let me just find the page. I think you said something along the lines of, if I find happiness, what do I look for next? What do I search for next now that I've found happiness, kind of thing?
Yeah.
So this is it. If I finally find happiness, what will I now be in search of? You know? I just thought, wow, that's really interesting.
So, like, through therapy, you start with, you pose the problem first, and then you move on to different tools, different clinical things that you need to do to get through that problem, and then in the end you have some sort of homework or some sort of thought or something that you need to do. So that's how the chapters followed through.
Yeah.
So it was like I posed the problem at the beginning of the chapter, which that one would have been, if I finally find happiness, what would I be in search of? So it was like, that is, when I get there, now what? And that's just what it is. Like, I don't know what happiness is yet. But I fear that if I get there, what will I be searching for after that? Because if that's what we're ultimately looking for, now where do we go from there?
I guess that's it, isn't it? That's the promised land, isn't it?
Yeah, and I guess
Maybe when you're there, you just don't even. You no longer need to search. Maybe you find a new purpose, and you just find that you just want to share the happiness. Maybe that would be the new, like, I don't know, maybe you find it and then you just try and share it with everyone else, or maybe try to take others out of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, along the way of this journey, it's like trying to help my friends find all of their kind of knock out all of their kind of insecurities and stuff like that along the way, which would help them to find happiness as well. So it's not just, okay, I've found happiness and now I'm selfish and keeping it to myself. Along the way, you're trying to help others and navigate other people's journeys and stuff like that, your friends, your family, etc. People that you come across. But I mean, the question behind it is kind of like at the end of the journey part of the book, which is a never-ending journey. So it's like, it's an open question to show that the journey isn't finished yet. So happiness, I guess we could find it at any point, or it may just be in bursts. It may just be in bursts. It may not be eternal happiness. It might just be coming and going.
Or it might just come and stay forever. Who knows?
It may do. Hopefully.
In Jesus' name.
I hope so.
Okay, so you said something here as well. Like, this was just really, like, I feel like you just put this really well. You said, I've learned that yin doesn't work without yang. The sun cannot rise until the moon has slept, and without darkness we wouldn't appreciate the light.
So that's the message to you, right? So that's
I felt that one.
I
felt that one because there's been times when I've been in dark places and I've just flipped my mentality to just say, let me just appreciate this dark place because I know I'm not going to be here forever. And then when I come out of it and then go to a better place, I can appreciate the better place a lot more because of the experiences I just had from the dark place.
100%. That's exactly what I said. That's basically in essence what I said. Like, there's no darkness without light. So once you get to light, you can appreciate. You can appreciate how you got there. So that's the beauty of it, because if your life went perfect and nothing went wrong and nothing, like, you just from birth to death, there was nothing that stood out that was negative, you would never appreciate the positives as much as you should do.
For real.
So, and I guess life is not perfect and no one's perfect again. So every situation that you come by, I guess you got to think, what am I going to learn from this?
Yeah.
Can I learn anything from this? And if you still can't, still find something to learn from it.
Yeah.
Because it's what's going to shape us, right? It's what's going to make us.
Yeah.
And we're made of negative and positive. No, negative doesn't work without positive.
Yeah.
Positive doesn't work without negative. So
For real.
yeah.
All right, man. No, we appreciate you, Jackie. Man. You're shining a light on us.
Yeah.
You know, and anyone who's gone through depression, anyone who's going through a tough time or just growing up and dealing with whatever they're dealing with, you know, you can always come out of it. And books like this are just literally beautiful bodies of work that allow people to help them get through whatever they're going through. So we thank you.
Thanks. All right.
Yeah.
It's all right. That's what I'm here to do. That's what the book is for. It's not exclusive to me. Like I go through it and then that's it. Like I'm through it. Like I see people suffering, people all the time, and they don't really know how to. So it's like, it's my job. This is why I'm here in this life, to make sure that people don't think that those feelings are exclusive to them.
Absolutely,
yeah.
man. All right, cool, man. Jackie, thanks for coming on. So before you go, we're going to get a little recital from you.
Yes.
Just tell them one more time where they can find you and where they can buy the book, and then we're going to get into it.
So you can find me on Instagram, Jack's Poetry with 2 J's, JJACQZ Poetry. And the link is in the bio there. But if you're not on Instagram, which I'm not sure that anyone isn't, but Amazon, On the Other Side by Jackie Alecho. You can also find it on Waterstones on pre-order. There's a few other bookshops. If you just type it in Google, I'll be there.
All right. This is Jackie Alecho, and she's about to get into a poem. This one's called Please Let Me Go. Thank you very much, Jackie. That was beautiful. So we got 5 more minutes of the show. Just want to thank Jackie for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure. Make sure you go get that book. And we're gonna end on the last 5 minutes of the show. So we'll see you next time. Peace.